What's going on, guys? Ishin here from CZeroMedia. In today's episode, I'm going to be covering a problem, an issue, cancer that's apparent here in the Midwest region, especially of the United States, where salt is spread across the road. You get rust on your cars, on your trucks, and on Dodge Rams. It is especially very common. And today, I'm going to be fixing up the rust on my Dodge Ram. So the product I'm going to be using today is very famous. It is called POR15, and just because I wasn't sure how much POR15 I'm going to be using today, I bought a whole different sizes. As you can see, it comes in variety of different sizes, and the reason why I believe they come in these different sizes is because once you open this up and put the top back on, it's going to be very tough to reopen it. These lids basically weld itself together, and I heard people trying to open it and instead of opening it, just scrapping it. So what I would recommend if you have to reuse the top because you have leftovers is to use like saran wrap or put some coating around the edge so it doesn't dry up or stick to each other. But in case you're too lazy, you can buy these little guys. These are 4 US ounces. I got here 16 ounces, and I have here a quart. In today's project, I'm going to be coating up the frame of the Dodge Ram. There's some surface rust, and the body itself is starting to rust as well, with some holes here and there. So I might need 2 quarts, but I'm gonna start with 1 quart, see how much I have covered at the end of the can. Now, a lot of common questions people ask about POR15 is, could it be applied to outside of the vehicle? This is a yes and no answer, because yes, it can be applied to the outside of the vehicle, but no, because it is UV sensitive. So if you apply this to anywhere where sunlight shines on, you have to clear coat it or paint over it. So when I paint this on the door, I'm gonna be spraying like a bed liner on top of it to make sure it's covered. And for the rest of the truck, it's going to be under the truck where it won't be really exposed to the sun. So I'm okay with painting this without any clear coat after. Another fun fact about POR15 is that POR actually stands for paint over rust. The beauty of these things is that you can paint directly on the rust. It will seal it, and you would bond. It's chemically engineered to bond directly onto rust, so you don't have to sand it down to bare metal, which is super nice. But the fact is, you actually have to prep the surface. You have to use a degreaser, which I have, and you also have to use metal etching after degreasing, and then you can go on and roll on or brush on the POR15. So in reality, POR15 is more like POPR, paint over prepped rust. So over here I have a gallon each of POR15 degreaser. I'm gonna run down the chassis with the degreaser first, and then metal prep, which is I think like etching, and then run the POR15 coat over it. Anyways, I'm gonna go out to the truck, remove the wheels, expose as much as I can of the chassis, and start prepping it for the paint. Alright guys, as you can see, I've removed the tires and I've lifted the truck. But let me just show you the damage we're dealing with. You can see that some parts are starting to peel up. So what I'm gonna do is hit it with the degreaser, pressure washer, and treat everything up with POR15. Obviously with rust jobs like this, you wanna take care of it before it's too late. And that is exactly what I'm doing today. So first thing I'm gonna do is mix up the degreaser by POR15. So what I'm gonna do now is mix it up and spray all the rusty spots. Alright, step 1 is finished, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pressure wash all the rusty spots.
Alright guys, so step 1 has been finished. A lot of chunks of metal came off, which is a great sign. It's looking good. You can see all the chunks on the floor. There. So what I'm gonna do now is use the metal plep etching. I'm just gonna use one of these garden pressure sprayer things because I got tired of using low spray. So I'm just gonna dump this in here, go around the truck, and prep the surface.
Alright guys, metal etching has been done, and
You can really start to see the rusty spots and exactly where that is. All you have to do now is rinse this off, let it dry, and I should be ready to start painting it.
so while I was waiting for the truck to dry up, I got a package from Amazon from a company called Sunning. I got this phone mount because I wanted to upgrade my magnetic one, which is this little guy over here on the left. It's nice by theory, but because my truck is so bumpy, it just falls off whenever I hit a bump. So I needed to get like a heavy duty phone mount, so I decided to go with this Sunring because they're running like a 20% off, and I'll actually put 20% off discount code in the video description below so you guys can get that too. But basically it's got this alligator clip looking thing, and just pop it in the vent, and this piece slides up and down also. So all you have to do, pop it in, put your phone in, bam, just like that. And then to remove, it just pops right out, just like that. So this is a new little gadget I got for the truck. Excited to run it. And as always, I'll put the product link in the video description below for the phone mount, as well as for the PRR15 degreaser, the etching and all that. I'll put the link in the video description below for Amazon, so check it out if you're interested in doing the same thing I'm doing today. Alright guys, it's actually day 2 of the process of PRR15ing the Dodge Ram. I have degreased the chassis, I have metal etched the surface, and I'm ready to put the paint on the chassis. I got my Red Bull and I'm good to go. Now, first thing I would highly recommend that you do is put on long sleeve shirts, long pants, and possibly a face mask and a breather mask, because this stuff, once it gets on your skin, would not come off for weeks. So I'm gonna change real quick and go into the garage. Alright guys, and we're ready to paint. I got my gloves on from Harbor Freight. Thanks Harbor Freight, you guys are awesome. Not a sponsored video by the way. I got my hoodie on, even though it's like 80 degrees out. I got my pants on, and slippers of course, because I don't care about my feet getting dirty. So anyways, I got my face mask also for some spots where I'm afraid it might shoot into my face. So this is what the suspension looks like after sitting overnight. All the loose surfaces have come off. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is start painting it with PRR15.
So I'm gonna set the camera down when I paint it and do a time lapse, because I really would hate for this stuff to get on my camera. But you get the idea, right? You just brush it on like that, and you do 2 coats. You let it sit, let it dry, go back to it, do another coat. Only thing I would say is that this stuff, when I first opened it, I thought it would be like thick, more gel-like material, but it literally goes on like a house paint. So this stuff will get everywhere when you're walking on it. So make sure you put felt down on the ground, if you care about the ground, that is. If you're walking on this like on a gravel or somewhere you don't care about, you can just go to town. But that's it. I'm just gonna start a time lapse. Hope you guys enjoy the footage. Alright guys, we're done with the PRR15 process.
Let me just show you the result. As you can see though, some parts I couldn't really reach with the brush, like down there. It's still a little bit rusty, so what I'm gonna do is actually coat it up with this regular undercoat. You can see there that the frame has been completely covered. It's sticking nicely. And to show you the back, here is what the back of the truck looks like now. And back there, again, I couldn't really reach there, so I'm gonna spray it with the undercoat. Because I used a degreaser and the metal etcher, this should actually stick nicely, and it's also going to protect PR15 from any further damage in the future. I also painted the brake calipers as well. I have some leaves here, front and back, left and right, so everything looks good. I've also painted the tow hitch nice and black, although that's probably gonna get rubbed off right away as soon as I put the trailer back on the truck. But overall, I'm extremely happy with the result. I'm gonna go ahead and spray this around the truck now. But see that? That was all rusty before, and it is nicely coated now. So the truck should be ready for action in the winter time for the next couple years at least. So that's it for today, guys. I'm gonna finish up the job here by spraying undercoat before it gets dark, and in the next episode I'm gonna be spraying the Raptor liner, so that should be an exciting video. I've never used a two-part epoxy based bed liner on the outside of any vehicle, so that should be a fun little video. So till next time, guys, see you.